Well, Syracuse also arrived in San Diego today.
And our sports director, Jack Wallace, sat down with CNY Central Sports Director Samantha Croston to ask her about Orange head coach Fran Brown and their reaction to all the sudden shifts within WSU ahead of the big game.
So what have you seen out of his coaching style and what he's able to bring to Syracuse just to get them to be 9 wins and on the cusp of 10 so fast?
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about weapons, he's the most powerful gun Syracuse has. I think it's specifically the buy-in that everybody has to what it is that he's trying to accomplish here. He came in day one as a first-year head coach with a mission, with his philosophy DARG, which means discipline, accountable, relentless, and tough. He had a vision for exactly what he wanted this program to be. And very frequently, he brings up the quote-unquote good old days of Syracuse and a place and a time where people really felt pride to be a part of the Syracuse fan base.
What is the reaction from the team or Coach Brown been about facing a WSU team that looks very different than what they would have looked like 2 or 3 weeks ago?
To be completely honest with you, I think back to a game like UNLV, where they were supposed to be facing a great quarterback in Matthew Sluka. And at the time that Syracuse was going to play against them, he wasn't around and he wasn't available. He was entering the transfer portal because he wasn't happy with his NIL situation. Even then, Coach Brown wasn't the kind of person who diminished an opponent or took an opponent lightly just because a few things had changed up. I think for him, if you asked him, and I don't want to speak for him, but he'd tell you that the mission remains the same. He's a pretty intense guy. I think even the fans over on your end probably see that by now. So he's the sort of person who, despite the fact that, yes, some of the coaching staff has left, some of the big-time names from this team aren't there anymore, I don't think that's something they discuss. I really don't. I think he's the kind of person who thinks less about the opponent and more about his own team.
Well, our live coverage of the showdown in San Diego with Jack Wallace and Sydney Berger begins Thursday evening. Watch team coverage on 4 News Now, KXLY.com, and streaming free on your connected TV with KXLY Plus.